Okay, so first things first, for those of you who don't know about Osaka Syndrome bites, you should go over there because this is where I post all of the random footage that I gather for aesthetic reasons that isn't entertaining enough to go on any other channel. I also used to post these really long videos of me doing Anki, but then I realized that I do better at Anki when I don't film it and upload it every single day. Also, a lot of the Ankis that I ended up doing had copywritten material in them, so I didn't want to get a strike. But as you can see on here, I've been using this channel for a long time, like a long time, and it's a major archive for me. So go over there. But what I wanted to say with this video is about 5 months ago now I posted this video called I Went Outside for the First Time in Over 6 months, which has a pretty straightforward title. Oh, I didn't even know someone left this comment. Has a pretty straightforward title, and it's pretty obvious what I'm talking about in it. I partially thought it would be funny to post this video immediately after this one. Because in this video, supposedly I'm giving you the secrets about how to get a GF. And then in this one, it's like, oh, I didn't go outside in half a year. Um, I like to play these games with the titles on my videos. But regardless, I posted that video. I'm just going to use this one as background footage today. Let's do that. I posted that video, and my life hasn't changed very much since then. I have still just been inside my house. The simple reason is I like to be inside my house. The more complex reason is a combination of social anxiety, extreme sensitivity to the judgment of others, at least IRL, and also car-dependent infrastructure, which prevents me from being able to get anywhere significant in any reasonable period of time. Now, the funny thing is, I actually like taking very long walks and going to remote places, but primarily when there is nobody there. I like empty spaces. I like places where I can rely on the idea that I will be alone, which is part of why I like the forest so much. Uh, Regardless of how much time I spent in it growing up, which was quite a lot, and the fact that I was raised on a property that wasn't just in close proximity to the forest, but also like basically in it, with a fair amount of land of our own as well. Despite all of these things, I find myself in a car-dependent shithole, not, an equally car-dependent but rural and beautiful not shithole like the one that I grew up in. And so I find myself, fairly alienated by this environment. I don't like it here. I don't want to be here. But I manage to be happy here because I have all of the stuff in the comfort of my room that I could ever want. And because I have those things, because I have exercise, because I have language learning, because I have my media-related hobbies, which happen to intersect with language learning in many cases, I don't find myself with a deficit of happiness or something like that in this state. And I think, you know, it's quite related to a video I made several years ago now, which some of you may have seen, called Japanese NEETs Don't Have Anhedonia. Now, I made this video a long time ago, I think in like 2019 or, yeah, 2019. So 6 years ago, where I basically just talked about like if you look at the Japanese hikis online, a lot of them aren't anhedonic because they're just obsessed with their hobbies and completely lost in their hobbies. And that was basically the thesis of the video. Um, Good video. It's very, I don't know, boisterous. I yell a lot in it. It was a fun time back then on YouTube. That was what people liked to do on YouTube back in the day. Me as well, before I became retarded. And so I find myself here, making these videos, working on my languages, playing video games from time to time, consuming a lot of information, reading a lot of books, and I feel happy inside my house. You know, I wouldn't say in spite of the fact that I have gone outside less than 12 times this entire year, but more so because I haven't done that. Because from the comfort of my home, I can do everything that I'm interested in doing. I can engage in all of my hobbies. I can do all of the things that make me really happy. And that, in the end, is all I want, you know? Like, I managed to reach fluency, or at least something akin to fluency, in Spanish just by staying in my house. And I'm on my way to those goals with other languages. It wouldn't matter to me if I never went to any of these countries, as long as I could continue consuming information in these languages. And I think there's something distinctly hiki about that. You know, I've met people who haven't left their room for several years, but in that period of time they taught themselves English, they taught themselves Japanese to a really high level. I've met some people who taught themselves French in that period of time, or people who taught themselves English and German in that period of time, not leaving their house for years. And I think it's a very modern experience, you know? Just being completely lost in the world of information and completely immersed in it. It's one that I resonate with a lot, and it's one that, if possible, I would like to continue in for the foreseeable future, for as long as I possibly can. Because ultimately, this is how I've been for pretty much my entire life. For the better part now of a decade, this is how I've been. With only brief, you know, intervals in between. Only brief, very brief pauses where I went outside more. And in every instance, it made me feel worse. And in every instance, it made me crave the comfort of my own room.